Hello everyone, thank you for returning to my channel. Today, we have an incredibly intriguing topic to explore together. So without further ado, let's dive right in. It's clear that a top-tier university is fiercely competing for a talented student, with even lecturers willing to pay exorbitant tuition fees. While everyone believes they will be the one to claim him, he chooses to enroll at the University of Divine Abyss, notorious for its dismal reputation. This decision leaves the recruitment professors stunned. Even the lecturers from the University of Divine Abyss can hardly believe their eyes. They are oblivious to the fact that the precious skill books that others covet hold no value for him, all because of his access to the hidden realms of the University of Divine Abyss. In truth, he is engaged in a game called Heavenly Awakening. However, due to the cooldown on his skills and the damage limitations, he finds himself unable to handle the frenzied monsters from the desolate lands, ultimately meeting a brutal demise at their hands. Just one step away from reaching the pinnacle of godhood, the computer screen suddenly flickers. To his shock, he realizes he is seated on a bus. Is this a journey through time and space? Glancing to his side, he recognizes a familiar face. Surprisingly, he too has been swept into this otherworldly adventure. At that moment, he asked, "What time is it that you're still in the mood to joke around? I still need your help to pass that school test tomorrow." In the past, during the game of Celestial Awakening, one could only unlock their potential upon activation. Now, he could confirm that he had truly crossed over into the game world. Even though the skills from his previous life remained intact, he was unsure about the connection between this world and Celestial Awakening. Just then, his chubby friend leaned in close and whispered, "You must help me." Seeing the hopeful glint in his eyes, Cheng Tianmo patted him on the shoulder and said, "Don't worry, let me enter the secret realm first, and then we'll find a way." After that, he headed to the training grounds. While everyone else was busy figuring out how to complete their quests, Cheng Tianmo quickly stepped into the secret realm. Indeed, this place resembled the new village from the game Celestial Awakening. Upon successfully entering the dungeon for the first time, he also activated his awakening. Not only could he convert two active skills into supplementary passive ones, but his power also accumulated based on his character attributes. If it was truly like in Celestial Awakening, then this system was utterly powerful. In the game, all 99 active skills had cooldown limits, so they couldn't be activated infinitely while battling monsters. However, passive skills could last forever. There were no cooldowns as long as the conditions were met. They could be easily activated, and with leveling up, the activation probability would increase infinitely. Who knows, perhaps in this life, this passive skill could help him compensate for the regrets of his previous existence. The system announces that it's time to choose your skills. You decide to try out the skill Flame Slash. This technique seems promising, capable of not only sending enemies flying, but also dealing 1.5 times the damage. Now go find a small monster to put it to the test. This level 3 monster, the Bullhead, is considered a formidable foe in the training grounds. So, I'll use you for my experiment. The moment you unleash the Flame Slash, it charges straight at the Bullhead, sending it soaring into the sky, causing the ground to erupt in a cacophony of destruction. However, you quickly realize that the Bullhead is unscathed. In an instant, it stomps down hard, causing the earth to tremble beneath you. With a thunderous roar, it swings a massive axe directly at your head. At this moment, you find yourself unable to counter the Bullhead in its berserk state. You can only raise your sword and brace yourself. With a deafening boom, your sword shatters upon impact. Fortunately, your passive skill, Immortal Spirit, activates just in time. Seizing this moment, Cheng Tianmo triggers his passive skill, Flame Barrier, sending the Bullhead flying far away. Observing the fallen beast beside you, you realize just how powerful these passive skills truly are. Not only do they eliminate the cooldown issue, but they also amplify your damage. This completely resolves the setbacks you faced in your previous life. In this life, you are determined to make up for the regrets of the past and seize the glory that rightfully belongs to you. You have chosen your first skill, the Power of Attack. Then, the second skill you must choose is to resolve the cooldown issue. You decide to select the weapon switch. When activated, the cooldown time for weapon switching is reduced by 30. Congratulations, Master. The passive skill for weapon switching has been successfully activated, permanently reducing the switching time for all weapons by 30. This means that in battle, you can swiftly alternate between various weapons to fight. At this moment, it's also time for you to return and prepare for the test tomorrow. The next morning, in the bustling examination hall, Thang Tianmuk steps in and immediately encounters his chubby friend. I used my dad's influence to pass the test, he boasts. Keep it down. Do you think others don't know your dad pulled strings? It turns out the test is set in the map of the fire hell. There, facing level 3 monsters is no easy task. Without hesitation, you turn to Li Heng and ask, how many of the highest level monsters can you face alone when heartbroken? Your chubby friend shyly replies, only up to level 5. Hearing this, Thang Tianmuk immediately shuts his eyes in disbelief. So it turns out his dad really does have powerful connections. Just then, a voice from behind interrupts. Having a little money and trying to follow others by taking shortcuts, you might as well give up the test altogether. Don't let your unfortunate father suffer the humiliation. The newcomer is the wealthy second-generation heir, Mao Fong. Upon hearing this, Tiobeo instantly erupts with anger, rolling up his sleeves, ready to charge in. But Thang Tianmuk quickly holds him back. Observing the scene, Mao Fong continues to mock. Do you really think you can defeat me? At this moment, Thang Tianmuk suddenly stomped down hard on Mao Fong's foot, causing him to lose his balance and tumble backward. Are you seeking death? Thang Tianmuk shot back. Before he could react, Mao Fong swung a fist at him, only to have it effortlessly blocked. Right, I almost forgot the main event. Do you dare to bet with me? Li Hong's score will be higher than yours. Upon hearing this, Mao Fong's eyes widened in surprise. He then clutched his chest and burst into laughter. Are you joking with me? If you want to throw your life away, then count me in. If you lose, you'll have to run 3 laps around the playground in nothing but your underwear, shouting 3 times. Thang Tianmuk merely replied calmly, it's a deal. Li Hong looked bewildered and asked, are you insane? Thang Tianmuk replied with an air of calmness, trust me, just follow my lead for now, and then do as I say later. All right, you really have some interesting ideas. Let's go with your plan. At this moment, the class director, Zhang Lei, announced that the official examination had begun. Oh, Mac, just sit back and watch me shine. Without hesitation, Thang Tianmuk stepped into the trial known as the Cracked Fire Pit, a colossal volcano where the terrors of beastmen and demons lurked. The summit was the barrier to the dungeon, and he instantly felt an inexplicable sense of familiarity wash over him. Let's use these green-skinned beastmen as test subjects first. But just a moment later, sharp spikes shot out from the beastman's arms, launching an attack. Seeing this, he immediately stomped down, coiling his legs in preparation. However, as soon as he regained his footing, the beastmen surrounding him closed in like a pack of hungry wolves. Previously, he only controlled through a keyboard and mouse, but now he had to launch a real physical attack. Moreover, the monsters here were clearly caught in the chaos of multiple attacks at once, making it truly challenging to respond. Just at that moment, the system suddenly chimed with a ding. Detected subject possesses a substantial amount of operational experience. Would you like to convert all of it into physical strength? Thang Tianmuk was taken aback. What is this? Experience can be converted too. Congratulations, subject. Your experience has been successfully transformed into innate physical abilities. He could distinctly feel that all the skills within him had been significantly enhanced, completely different from before. Almost immediately, 2 beastmen charged straight at him. Seeing this, Thang Tianmuk swiftly pushed off the ground, flipping himself onto a nearby rock. He then glanced at the beastman's position, waiting for the perfect moment, and unleashed a powerful kick that struck squarely at the face of one beastman. Instantly, the beastman was sent flying. This transformation ability was overwhelmingly powerful. He could even control every muscle fiber in his body. Now, responding instinctively felt far easier than playing a game in his previous life. If that's the case, let's deal with them together. At this moment, the beastman felt belittled and charged straight at Thang Tianmuk. Noticing this, Thang Tianmuk jumped high, knowing he needed to lead them into a straight line to take them down simultaneously. At this moment, he landed behind the Beastman. However, the Beastman was momentarily stunned, caught off guard. This was the perfect opportunity that he had been waiting for. In an instant, Thang Tianmak executed a ground-skimming thrust, sending the Beastman soaring into the air. Immediately after, he drew his long sword and activated the skill Tear Bubble. In that fleeting moment, the skill successfully triggered the move Shadow Back. 5 bolts of electric light pierced through the Beastman's body. With just a tiny, lifeless form left behind, the Beastman plummeted to the ground. Thanks to the special move, his experience from the kill surged by 50, propelling him from level 1 straight to level 3. Moreover, he gained 8 free attribute points. Witnessing this, Thang Tianmak was overjoyed. Not only was it easy to slay monsters, but he also reaped additional experience. Indeed, this passive skill was overwhelmingly powerful. Soon after, Thang Tianmak continued to hunt for more monsters to finish off. With an array of low-level skills and weapons at his disposal, this was infinitely more enjoyable than his past life. Meanwhile, on the large screen of the testing hall, a name was rapidly climbing to the top. The leading contender was none other than Thang Tianmak, now at level 3, while the others remained stagnant at level 1, waiting in silence. In less than 5 minutes, he had ascended 2 levels. Oh, does this school host stories like this? This monster, Thang Tianmak, is truly fascinating. I wonder what other surprises await in the future. Alone, Thang Tianmak ventured into a valley. Suddenly, he halted in an open space, his sharp gaze catching sight of several figures ahead. These were the primary level monsters, the illusion mages. Thang Tianmak recalled vividly their extraordinary ability. A single well-placed strike could ensnare them all in one fell swoop. Without hesitation, he drew his grappling gun and fired it at the cliff face. As the hook locked tightly in place, Thang Tianmak leapt, soaring above the heads of the monsters. In a swift motion, he unsheathed a handful of small darts, launching them with precision toward the illusion mages. The sword was caught off guard by the sudden assault, instantly reacting with fury. It glared back, spotting Thang Tianmak perched on the mountainside, and promptly unleashed its signature skill, Shadow Blade, shooting toward him as he agilely dodged to the side with ease. As a low-tier monster, their abilities were limited to just 2 skills, Shadow Blade and Summon Hound. Once Thang Tianmak vanished from their sight, the group of shadow mages reverted to a state of normalcy, as if nothing had transpired. Indeed, the remnants of past mistakes lingered on. In this scenario, they were unable to mount an attack against Thang Tianmak. The next step was to take advantage of the moment, while the shadow mages activated their exclusive skill to swiftly eliminate the hounds he had summoned. This was the most thrilling part of the entire performance, for the summoning skill took precedence over the Shadow Blade. So as long as the hunting dogs perish, they will continuously summon more. Moreover, the Shadow Mage cannot choose a target suddenly. The focus shifts from the Shadow Blade to summoning hunting dogs, causing the logic to spiral into chaos. This allows for the creation of a significant number of hunting dogs. Ultimately, if the Shadow Mage is defeated, these hunting dogs will immediately become part of his experience points. Now, all he needs is a moment to rest and wait for them to slowly reveal their tricks. Meanwhile, in the noisy examination hall, the leaderboard no longer displays the name Thang Tianmak. Suddenly, a student exclaims, "Senior Lo Kin has successfully transferred to the role of a sharpshooter, while another senior from the same department has become a swordsman." At this moment, the director appears puzzled. Previously, Thang Tianmak had shown no signs of activity. It's unclear what position he currently occupies. After checking, the director's eyes widen in surprise. What on earth is this kid doing? Why is he at the very bottom of the leaderboard? The students nearby start to mock him. Initially, the top position must have been achieved by a blind cat that stumbled upon a dead mouse. Now, the director is anxious as there are only 4 hours left until the examination concludes. At this rate, reaching level 6 is impossible, let alone defeating the mediocre to awaken his abilities. Just then, an assistant behind him points at the screen and exclaims, "Look! The last position." The director glances at the screen, bewildered in the blink of an eye. Tianmuc's rank skyrockets to 121. The director's eyes widened in disbelief, utterly perplexed by how Cheng Tianmo had managed this. Just a minute ago, Cheng Tianmo had awoken, stretched, and then made his way down to the foot of the mountain. On the ground, over 400 hunting dogs had materialized. Without uttering a word, Cheng Tianmo sprang into action. With his trusty Gatling gun, a family heirloom, he felt an exhilarating curiosity about how many levels he could ascend with these hunting dogs. The hunt commenced with the rhythmic rat-a-tat of the Gatling as smoke billowed into the air, while the shadowy mages could only watch helplessly as bullets rained down upon them. A relentless barrage of firepower ensued. In the aftermath, not a single hair remained on the battlefield. Yet, the notifications of hunting dogs being eliminated echoed continuously, accompanied by a flurry of congratulatory messages about leveling up. Cheng Tianmo soon realized that with his own upgrades, his passive skills were also on the rise. This passive skill had immense potential for development. At higher tiers, if he could activate a 100 passive skill, it would be even more extraordinary. At this moment, Cheng Tianmo had directly leveled up to 13 and secured a place on the leaderboard. The atmosphere in the testing hall became electrifying. When will our Zhangcheng Academy ever see a prodigy like this? Truly remarkable, utterly exceptional. At a national level, this caliber could easily secure a spot in the top 3. In my entire life, I've never witnessed such absurdity. Who exactly is Cheng Tianmo? Just tell me, do you remember him? This kid is my student, but before I could finish my sentence, the director appeared right behind him. Are you blind? A talent like that, and you didn't report it. The talent of this boy has never been seen in the academy since its establishment. Congratulations, you've reached level 13. When your level exceeds 10, you can choose a reverse profession. May I ask what your choice is? Hearing the question about professions, Tianmuc immediately slammed the brakes. In his previous life, although he had completed all the professional quests and earned the divine rank title, there was still one path he had never ventured down: the special profession that couldn't be transformed. Wanderer. The Wanderer isn't bound by any profession or equipment. This allows for maximum diversity in equipment combinations, even enabling limitless usage. Moreover, he can combine to create the perfect equipment synergy. However, the drawbacks are quite apparent. The main drawback is insufficient damage. In the early game, it's comfortable, but later on, it becomes weak. Furthermore, it cannot be compensated for by skills. Yet, Tianmuc possesses a powerful passive system. Thus, the shortcomings of being a wanderer have been entirely addressed, allowing him to unleash the full potential of this profession to its maximum extent. Thus, Tianmuc, without a moment's hesitation, chose the path of a wanderer. Since you had never distributed free attributes, you automatically bonded with this profession, which uniquely concealed the role of a mage. Upon witnessing Tianmuc's choice, the director erupted in anger. Trioni Long, what kind of homeroom teacher are you, Thugagro? The director felt utterly wronged. This kid had always expressed his aspirations to become a raging warrior. By choosing to be a wanderer, he was essentially abandoning his own future. The surrounding students were filled with doubts. Was being a wanderer truly that bad? Meanwhile, for Tianmuc, this profession was a perfect fit in the eyes of others. Drawing from the experiences and skills of my past life, I could fully unleash the true potential of this free-spirited character. But what was this hidden profession of an assistant mage? As I clicked on Tianmuc, a jolt of realization hit me. The only way to gather plans was through defeating bosses in quests. This was indeed a career crafted just for me. I understood all the weather patterns and scenarios within every instance like the back of my hand. This was an advantage that ordinary players lacked. At this moment, the most critical task was to enhance my passive damage and increase my attack speed. First, I'll train against these wretched goblins. Distributing attribute points was not merely a statistical change, it was something I could palpably feel. Whether it's the speed of attack, evasive maneuvers, or critical hit ratios, this is far more exhilarating than controlling a game on a keyboard in my past life. During the hunt for monsters, I stumbled upon a unique item, the Demon Tome. It seems to be the key to activating a hidden quest. I nearly forgot about this thrilling quest. I must gather enough quest items before I'm wiped out. There's only an hour left before the exam concludes. As the test approaches its climax, the students are beginning to converge on the relaxation area, where the final challenge of this round awaits them. Boss Zalin. Only by defeating him can they truly pass the exam. Without hesitation, this student charged toward Zalin, who immediately activated his sacrifice skill. This ability inflicts continuous damage to players while randomly spreading negative effects that diminish their attack capabilities. We must take him down swiftly before he unleashes his full power. Otherwise, the mission will fail, and the system will promptly eject us from the quest. At that moment, Theng Thienmak also approached the boss. Gathering quest items had already consumed half an hour, but luckily, he didn't miss the chance to confront Boss Zalan. Meanwhile, the guard noticed Theng Thienmak's presence and charged at him with a colossal axe in hand. But he remained utterly still. Though his flesh was thick and his skin tough, his speed paled in comparison to Cheng Tianmo. With a mere low slide, Cheng Tianmo evaded the incoming attack, then sprang up, delivering a powerful kick that sent both guards flying out of the way. With no guards left to protect him, Zalin was now like a fish floundering on a chopping board. Instantly, he unleashed the sacrificial skill. Cheng Tianmo leaped in front of him, delivering a fierce kick that sent Zalin hurtling away. Time was running out, they had to settle this quickly. With that, he pulled out the ancestral Gatling gun, aiming it straight at Zalin, and unleashed a barrage of bullets. Immediately, Zalin began to scream in terror. Suddenly, the surrounding barriers plunged into the ground, emerging in a frenzied state. Witnessing this, Cheng Tianmo swiftly switched to his long weapon. He targeted the lower section of the barriers and launched a fierce assault. The sound of breaking bones echoed all around. The challenge of this mission lay in swiftly resolving the situation. If the barriers activated their trapping skills, escape would become impossible. With that thought, he extended his weapon, advancing towards the now trembling barriers. Its most critical weakness was its brain. Apologies, but I'm in a hurry. With that, he plunged the spear's tip into the barrier's head. At that moment, in the hall, it seemed the one in charge this time was none other than Luo Tingting. But just a moment later, the rankings on the giant screen shifted dramatically. Luo Tingting turned back in disbelief. How could this happen? Only at level 10 could one hope to turn the tide. Luo Tingting's profession was equally astonishing. How could I possibly lose to someone like Li Hong? Seeing this, a classmate beside her offered some comfort. Li Hong must have cheated. Director Zhang took him away just now. Upon hearing the accusation of cheating, Luo Tingting fell silent. If that's the case, it wasn't surprising at all. Then came the sound of a loud clap. Li Hong, did you really do nothing at all? Li Hong trembled as he replied, I simply showcased my exceptional abilities. This person was Wu Yanzu, the education commissioner of Jiangcheng Academy. You don't even grasp the skills of the boss in the secret realm, and you dare claim it's not cheating. Do you want to be the first student expelled from the school, no matter who helped you cheat? Well, uncover it. Upon hearing this, the chubby boy broke into a cold sweat and then collapsed to the ground. Subsequently, he conveyed to Cheng Tianma the method to cheat without getting caught, completing the exam task swiftly. After hearing the chubby boy's explanation, everything became clear. When did this school gain a hidden genius? Director Zhang elaborated. Cheng Tianma had set a record with 13 levels, but still hadn't completed the exam. After saying this, he played his exam video. Upon seeing the footage, Luo Yanmeng was instantly astonished. Incredible, Cheng Tianma. This person undoubtedly has limitless potential. At this moment, all the students emerged from their tasks. Cheng Tianma only needed to touch the crystal to complete the trial. With 15 minutes remaining, it was best to wrap up the hidden task before making his exit. With that, he placed the potions, dry wood, shattered crystal, and the skull of the hellhound on the ground. Once I gather all 6 of these items, I can summon it. Immediately, the air is filled with the clanking sound of chains. Then a shadow slowly materializes. Who dares disturb my slumber? Ah, it's you, that loathsome human once again. After finishing his words, he concentrated energy into his right hand, unleashing a shockwave that instantly crashed into the ground. In a blink, a powerful wave surged toward Chang Tianma. Sensing this, Chang Tianma leaped into the air, creating a massive crater with a diameter of 10,000 meters around him. Moments later, another attack surged toward Chang Tianma, but he merely scoffed at it. Although his power far exceeded Zalan's, this clumsy move clearly needed more refining. Underestimated, Zalan immediately fumed, delivering a powerful kick that cracked the earth. "You will pay for your arrogance, human." Suddenly, an attack rushed toward Chang Tianma's face. He swiftly raised his hand behind him, then hurled a cloud of yellow sand. Zalan immediately found himself blinded. Next came a strike that nearly sent him tumbling. While this basic attack inflicted no real harm, it was enough to suppress a formidable foe like Zalan. But this also activated his passive skill. Ba Di Jiahuan was indeed a hidden boss, his power still far from being fully realized. Next, it was my turn to showcase my abilities. As the first slide landed, he was already beneath Zalan, delivering a powerful punch to Zalan's chin, causing him to spit out a mouthful of old blood. This left Zalan momentarily dazed. Seizing the opportunity, he grabbed Zalan's horns and unleashed a flurry of brutal attacks before kicking Zalan away, sending him crashing into a preset mini-bomb. Instantly, a violent explosion erupted. At that moment, Zalan, severely injured, struggled to rise, but Tianma would not grant him that chance. Taking advantage of Zalan's weakened state, he thrust a sharp spike into the ground, pinning both of Zalan's legs mercilessly. Following this, he stomped hard on Zalan's head. A crackling sound echoed ominously. "See you again, Zalan." After defeating Zalan, his rank immediately soared to 14. Witnessing this, the other students erupted in cries of foul play. To reach level 14 without awakening any innate talent, there must be something shady about his escape from the secret realm. Regardless, at that moment, they would be forcibly teleported. All we had to do was wait. Listening to the murmurs of the crowd, Lu Dianming's expression darkened. "You fools don't realize that there are those outside who are even stronger." On the other side, Director Trung also felt a wave of confusion wash over him. Professor Lu firmly believed in the strength of this young man. When the hidden boss Zalan was defeated, there was less than a minute left before the exam ended. But does transforming into a free person still hold any meaning during this awakening? As a series of mysterious symbols appeared, suddenly the system emitted a ding sound. "Congratulations on successfully passing this exam. The transformation system has been upgraded to level 2. You can now transform passive skills twice and are rewarded with a book about long journeys. Since you defeated the hidden boss, you receive a reward of a basic crit enhancement book, which can increase the basic crit rate by 20. Looking at the system rewards with 2 passive transformations, Tianma immediately chose the passive skill of the green gun. Any weapon used has a 25 chance of firing 10 bullets with a 100 hit rate. This is truly a miracle. If he can ensure a hit, he can eliminate stronger enemies. This means that when facing high-level monsters, as long as I am not defeated immediately, I can slowly defeat the boss. With 1 passive transformation remaining, I must choose the most effective skill to maximize damage. Therefore, I will select him for the next transformation. Congratulations, you have successfully transformed your passive skill. This skill has a 20 chance of stunning enemies within a 2-meter radius. With this, when facing a horde of monsters, you will no longer be on the defensive. Instantly, I checked my status combat power nearing 10,000. In the Tiankai continent, this is considered a decent combat strength. Perhaps it's time to venture out. As the teleportation gate illuminated, a blinding white light flashed, dazzling a group of students. Moments later, Cheng Tianma stepped out from the light, his muscular frame leaving a nearby teacher astonished. To his surprise, he has truly succeeded. This boy holds limitless potential. At this moment, several students nearby began to stir. Clearly, Cheng Tianma's performance was questionable. He must be expelled along with Li Hong, those 2 cheaters. Hearing this, Lu Yanming's expression darkened instantly, a powerful aura radiating around him. "Everyone, silence." He then turned to Cheng Tianma and asked, "Did you really clear that dungeon?" Cheng Tianma maintained his calm demeanor, replying, "Yes." Professor Lu received the answer he had hoped for, but Lu Yanming's expression tightened with tension. He patted Cheng Tianma on the shoulder and said, "Well done, well done. You have indeed not disappointed me. You deserve your top position." Just then, Shan Ke and Lu Tingtin both questioned, "How can the last person to finish be in first place? Professor Lu, please provide us with a reasonable explanation." The crowd erupted in chaos. After driving off the fraudster, Professor Lu snapped, "You all are nothing but fools." At the same time, he managed to take down a level 12 hidden boss. If he isn't the top, then who are these fools to claim such a title? Suetkang disagreed with what she deemed a so-called secret. It was merely a ruse to deceive everyone. She was determined to expose his lies, convinced that Tang Tianmak only achieved his position through deceit. With that, she flew in front of a few people and asked, "Tenhakwing, could you please share how you discovered that mysterious summoning method?" Tang Tianmak's gaze was icy as he replied, "Why should I tell you?" At those words, Suetkang was momentarily stunned, and the crowd was equally taken aback by his response. "It's over. It's really over." Tang Tianmak's fate was sealed. Tonkei noticed the expression on Suetkang's face at that moment and retorted, "Who do you think you are to speak to her like that?" With that, he drew his sword, pointing it at Tang Tianmak. "I want to fight you one-on-one." But Tang Tianmak showed no fear. "What right do you have to challenge me?" At that moment, Lo Tingting also approached. "If Tenha Queen is so confident, then may I ask if we are worthy to join forces?" With a disdainful glance, Tang Tianmak looked at them. "Who are you?" As soon as the words left her lips, Luo Tingting immediately went into a frenzy. "Don't you know who I am? I am the laughingstock of the Jiang City Academy." Cheng Tianmo smirked. "I've never heard of you." Hearing this, Tao Ke instantly erupted in fury. "I want to fight on the arena. Whether it's life or death, it doesn't matter." Dao Dao, the young man beside him, contemplated. Refusing the duel would only tarnish your honor. Even if he agrees, Cheng Tianmo will not be his match. Tao Ke, listen closely. If you're eager for death, don't blame me. Watching this, Luo Jiaowei beside him was equally excited. He wanted to seize this chance to witness Cheng Tianmo's true strength. If both sides have agreed, then I, an old man, will reluctantly create an arena for you. With that, a massive square arena suddenly materialized before everyone's eyes. Before departing, he reminded Tao Ke, "I hope you won't regret this later." Immediately, the two began their verbal sparring. Tao Ke boldly declared that he would beat Cheng Tianmo to the ground, but Cheng Tianmo merely scoffed in disdain. "Let's fight quickly, no need to waste time." Feeling the contemptuous gaze from Cheng Tianmo, Tao Ke instantly erupted, purple lightning crackling all around him. In the blink of an eye, he transformed into a shadow, charging straight toward the arena, creating a circle of purple lightning that surrounded Cheng Tianmo. "Well then, Cheng, I wonder if your skills are as sharp as your tongue." With that, he stealthily launched an attack from behind Cheng Tianma. Just when he thought he was about to succeed, Cheng Tianma effortlessly sidestepped, mocking him, "Too easy." Tonkei, still believing it was pure luck, brandished his weapon and shouted, "Die!" A powerful horizontal sweep struck Cheng Tianma, sending him stumbling back several meters. It was Tonkei's most devastating blow in an explosive state. Immediately after, a thunderous explosion echoed, and Xuetkang confidently thought that Cheng Tianma would surely fall. Tonkei continued to attack, proclaiming that no one could survive his technique. But before he could finish his sentence, Cheng Tianma lunged forward and delivered a kick straight to his face. What followed was a flurry of powerful kicks that sent Tonkei soaring through the air. Witnessing this, Lo Gaovi and Suetkang were left agape. Impossible. Everyone was in disbelief. Cheng Tianma immediately activated his passive ability, executing a series of flawless attacks that found their mark. With a resounding boom, Tonkei crashed to the ground. At that moment, Cheng Tianma couldn't help but taunt. "Still thought you were strong. Huh, your speed is still too slow in my eyes." By now, Xuetkang couldn't believe it either. Tonkei was a genius, supposedly the best of the best. Yet it all ended before he even grasped what was happening. At this point, Cheng Tianma turned to Lo Tingting and asked, "Do you still want to fight me?" Hearing this, Lo Tingting's face turned pale with fear. Slowly lowering his head, he said, "I truly do not deserve to challenge you." Upon uttering this, the students who had previously doubted him immediately stepped forward to praise him. Even Luo Tingting showed interest, stroking her chin and thinking, I never expected him to be this strong. You really want to fight him? The only one who recognizes the true power of Cheng Tianmao, Teacher Luo, is now completely stunned. His reaction speed is lightning fast, and his striking ability is flawless, truly. Only he can become a legend of 5th-tier strength. A talent like this is worth any price to keep. Jiang Cheng immediately announced that, in light of Cheng Tianmao's exceptional achievements, he would reward him with 1 million yuan and bestow upon him the title of Talented Student. Upon hearing this, everyone was left in shock. Talented Student. Seeing Cheng Tianmao stroking his chin, he could tell from their reactions that this title must be grand. Yet, what he didn't know was that Jiang Cheng hadn't seen a talented student in over 20 years, and that once great talent was now a mere 4th-tier profession. Meanwhile, in the vast city of Jiangcheng, only a few individuals like Luo Jiayi have reached the 3rd tier. This implies that Cheng Tianmao is destined to be at least 4th tier in the future. Such a powerful student must be recruited. If I can become the mentor of a 4th tier, my name will surely echo across the continent. With that thought, he immediately threw his arm around Cheng Tianmao's shoulder. 2 soft little rabbits approached, asking, Are you interested in becoming our class president? Moreover, I promise to offer you personal guidance whenever you need it. Hearing this, a high school student suddenly burst into anger, exclaiming, Mr. Shui is my idol. Even if I have to die, I would gladly accept his personal mentorship. However, Trin Qianmok showed disdain and flatly refused, saying, You're thinking too much. You're not even qualified to pursue your idol. The homeroom teacher, eager to play the role of a matchmaker, insisted on bringing Trin Qianmok into the fold, even suggesting that it wouldn't matter if something happened between the two of them. It's not impossible, he added, but the blunt young man rejected it outright. Not just you, but all the teachers in Jiangtan are unworthy to guide me. Just as Wen Ngon and Tun Tu were about to explode in anger, Lu Zhaovi interrupted them immediately. I truly cannot teach him. Looking across the vast land of Hoaha, there's no one who can educate him because he's a free spirit, a wanderer without precedent and no successor. His future can only be faced by himself. Cheng, this path of freedom is yours to navigate well. If that's the case, I will allow you to choose freely. I hope you can shine in the upcoming unified examination and bring glory to our academy. Noticing the tense atmosphere, Trin Qianmok quickly interjected, So when will my reward of 1 million blue star coins arrive? Upon hearing this, all the teachers and students fell to the ground in shock. The next day, major news outlets buzzed with reports about Cheng Tianmao. Countless reporters scrambled, eager to secure an exclusive interview with him, as he had already arrived at the Weather Management Association. Centuries ago, monstrous beasts suddenly emerged in Lanting, wreaking havoc upon humanity before retreating back into the void. Humanity eventually discovered ways to combat this calamity, and within the rifts of nothingness, they unearthed the continent of Tiankai, along with a method for free entry. Thus began an era of frenzied cultivation. The continent of Tiankai gradually transformed into a battleground where nations clashed, for only those with formidable talents could hope to survive in this harsh realm. As a result, for Cheng Tianmao, the most pressing task was to reach level 20 as quickly as possible. Shortly after, he was transported to the Shattered Map Island, a place that eerily mirrored his previous life, filling his heart with nostalgia. While others called out to form teams for grinding, Cheng Tianmao wisely leveraged his past memories to take on hidden quests. Ultimately, in a dilapidated house, he discovered the quest instructions. Congratulations! You have successfully accepted a hidden quest. The shadow vanished. Capture the mysterious shadow with the turtle's tail and eliminate it. This quest promised not only a wealth of experience, but also a thrilling adventure ahead, and rewards a brand new, highly useful gear for newcomers. Meanwhile, at Erna Beach, as other groups are busy slaying monsters to level up, a gigantic fireball suddenly descends, forcing everyone to activate their protective skills. The one who launched the fireball is a trio led by Ding Hong. The academy strictly forbids fighting. Not only are you stealing kills from monsters, but you're also injuring other students. This is a public area, not your own territory. Ma Lin Academy. Ding Hong shows nothing but disdain. "I'm merely hunting monsters," he scoffs. "Magic knows no boundaries. If you're unconvinced, feel free to test it." Malin University is one of the top 10 schools in the nation. With no other option, the other group can only rise and leave. The female mage casts a sidelong glance and remarks, "Over there's another ignorant fool hunting monsters." Looking up, they realize it's just a mediocre level 14 player. "Today, I'll teach you a lesson," she declares, immediately activating her skill, Mocking Chains. Sticking to her usual tactic, she lures the monsters while her companions unleash their area skills, leaving not a single monster for him. Observing the monsters being led away, Trinkiamuk falls into deep thought. In the realm of Thien Kai, there are rules regarding monster ownership. Only the first player to inflict a certain amount of damage has the right to claim the monster. If another player within the ownership range slays it, they will receive no rewards. Perhaps normal players are powerless against them. But alas, today you all have encountered me, Cheng Chanmo. With a swift motion, I activate the Assassin's Blink skill. By inflicting 3 times the damage, the ownership of this monster will shift to me. Moreover, I must maintain my focus on the target, otherwise, it'll be swiftly eliminated by these creatures. As a fighter, I lack the ability to draw the monsters toward me, so I must accomplish this in a clever way. Observing this, the players around me gasped in disbelief. This reckless free agent dares to plunge into the heart of the monster horde to contest with 2 mages. Truly, he has a death wish. Beside me, Ding Hong displayed an innocent demeanor. A flamboyant free agent daring to dream of stealing a monster. With a flick of her wrist, she effortlessly cast a spell to drench the monsters while simultaneously harming the others. It was clear she was courting trouble that had nothing to do with us. However, it didn't take long for them to realize something was amiss. Their skills seemed incapable of taking him down. Quickly, they shouted orders. "Stop standing there. Activate your monster-slaying skills at once." Yet, they were oblivious to the fact that Cheng Chanmo had cleverly used the quick attack to activate his passive ability, evading the damage from the blizzard. Simultaneously, he capitalized on the slowing effects of the blizzard on the monsters, directly unleashing a hail of bullets from his Gatling gun. The moment they witnessed Cheng Chanmo raise his Gatling gun and unleash a furious barrage, the players around him were left dumbfounded, their jaws dropping in astonishment. Grim Machine Gun has a reload time of only 18 seconds. How can this name fire continuously like that? This is a stark contrast to the image they hold of a solitary profession. Those who have been robbed of their monstrous possessions, including Kin Hong, are left dumbfounded, jaws dropped in disbelief. The snowstorm skills they could unleash have already run out of time. They want to stop, but it's too late. All the attacks have rained down upon the dying monster. Witnessing the hundreds of mutated turtle corpses, Ding Dong is immediately stunned. Yet even in the heart of Tianma City, he doesn't forget to mock. "Thanks to you 3 fools." The other players beside him can't help but burst into laughter. These 3 not only lost their monster, but also helped others unleash a frenzy of damage. Truly, it's too hilarious. Kin Hong, sword in hand, furiously declares, "Are you seeking death?" But just as he's about to unleash his wrath, a sorceress beside him intervenes. "Have you thought this through, class leader? This one's damage output surpasses that of all 3 of us combined. Are you really sure you want to provoke him?" Rest assured, Ding Dong can only grimace as he leaves. Before departing, she doesn't forget to threaten. "In the realm of the immortal, I won't forget your name." Having said that, she attempts to walk away, but the next scene makes the 3 of them break out in a cold sweat. "Did I say you could leave?" A male sorcerer scoffs disdainfully. "What kind of level 14 solitary loser dares to challenge me? There are those whom you can never afford to offend in your lifetime." With a fierce roar, a blazing fireball hurtled toward Jing Hong. In an instant, Jing Hong switched his weapon to his gauntlets and unleashed an air-breaking skill, propelling himself forward. A powerful punch landed squarely on the male mage, causing the fireball to explode in a brilliant burst. Not only that, but the male mage was sent flying like a bullet after the swift strike. The warrior beside Jing Hong stood in stunned disbelief. This guy had just blinked and unleashed 3 skills, truly a level 14 loner, a force to be reckoned with. You have 20 seconds to think and gather everything you have. The male mage remained unresponsive, while the female mage suddenly dropped to her knees. "This is all I have," she confessed. The male mage, slowly rising from the ground, declared, "Daring to insult a student of the Magic Realm University, I will not let this slide. I won't let this go unpunished." He shouted angrily, preparing to charge, but was abruptly halted by Ding Dong. "Enough." With that, she directly took the male mage's pouch along with her own and respectfully handed them to Jing Hong. "We acted impulsively just now. Please, show us some mercy." Seeing the demeanor of the three, Jing Hong appeared satisfied. "This time, I will let you go." Upon hearing this, the three immediately turned and fled in a frantic dash. The warrior beside him was astonished. He had never seen these three fight with such ferocity, treating the students of the Magic Realm University like mere dogs in mourning. The other warriors quickly retreated as well. This way, he could focus on gathering materials for his mission. After a night of collection, he finally amassed enough resources. Fortunately, his level had risen significantly. The combat power skyrocketed to a level that no new students could ever hope to reach, 10,000. Next came the task of completing missions to earn treasures for newcomers. Meanwhile, Ding Dong's group from the Magic Spirit Academy was secretly plotting their revenge against Jing Hong, not only monitoring his every move, but also enlisting the support of all students within the top 30. The final touch of their scheme rested on one person, the valedictorian, Guo Wenqi. Rumor had it that he possessed ensleeval talent and an abundance of magical power, having ascended to level 21 in just 1 year, the most formidable freshman, a title no one could dispute. With his assistance, success was nearly guaranteed. Truly, he lived up to his reputation as the top talent of the Magic Spirit Academy, capable of unleashing the force of a fireball to such an astonishing degree. This individual was none other than Guo Wenqi, the strongest freshman. What intentions did the young master Ding Dong have in approaching him? After speaking, Ding Dong began outlining his plan, but before he could finish, he faced a flat-out rejection. "Guo, I can't allow you to help. No, I'll provide you with all the materials you need for your promotion. Please don't go. If you have any conditions, just say it. Yesterday, we were mercilessly bullied by that guy. He's just a poor level 14 student, yet his power is terrifying. The three of us are no match for him. And there's one crucial detail I haven't mentioned. That name belongs to a solitary being." At the sound of the word solitary being, Kovanfi paused. What intriguing secrets does this level 14 lone wolf hold? Initially, I thought all students at this level were worthless, but finally, I've encountered an opponent who stirs my interest. At this moment, Qin Hung entered a fishing supplies shop and bought an exquisite set of purple bamboo fishing rods along with 10 premium red worms. Seeing his choices, the shopkeeper's enthusiasm ignited instantly. In less than a minute, he had selected the most practical fishing gear. Could this person be a fishing master? Considering his age, he shouldn't have accumulated much fishing knowledge. Even if he isn't from a fishing family, he surely has an extraordinary background. Why not seize this opportunity to get to know him better? "Young man, I see you have a keen eye," the shopkeeper remarked. "This fishing kit will reward you if you know how to use it. If you catch something delicious, don't forget to swing by for more supplies. As for the prices, I guarantee you'll be satisfied." Soon after, they arrived at the beach, where only one final item was missing for the replica. On the opposing island, a rare flower blooms every 3 days. What you seek is the fallen petals. This unique equipment is what allows one to breathe underwater indefinitely. This is the final piece of the puzzle, necessary for the shadow mission of the Continent of Prophecy. The maximum time allowed underwater is 2 minutes. If exceeded, you will lose 10 health for every second. No matter how much health you have, after 10 seconds, you will die instantly. Moreover, underwater, you will also face attacks from bizarre creatures. Therefore, players rarely venture into the depths. Just as Tianmo emerged onto the shore, 2 shadowy figures stealthily appeared behind him. Tianmo advanced towards an ancient temple. It seemed this was the place. Moments later, he stepped into a pool of viscous slime. The slime slowly coalesced into a dark green shadow. It appeared that luck was on his side today. As he spoke, the green slime took shape, revealing a colossal humanoid creature, an elite, rare level 18 being the sticky radioactive substance. Hey there, old friend, long time no see. Hope you're doing well. With that, he raised his staff and struck the sticky radioactive substance, dealing 439 points of damage. Upon seeing this, the sticky radioactive substance roared, its slime separating from its body. It directed a corrosive sludge towards Tianmo. Hello there. Did you just attack me? If I'm not mistaken, being hit by this corrosive sludge will reduce your speed by 30 and inflict 50 points of damage, stacking multiple times. Knowing he had to avoid its assault at all costs, he swiftly switched to his longsword, quickly executing the move Wave Hunt, charging towards the sticky radioactive substance. Instantly, the passive skill Wave Hunt activated, unleashing massive damage. Yet, after all, this was still an elite elemental creature. Immediately, a plume of green radioactive mist erupted from its body. Anyone touched by it would bleed uncontrollably. Ancestors of the 18th generation of the Than family, grant me a Gatling gun. Despite this creature's mastery over various types of damage, its sluggish speed was its fatal weakness. With relentless waves of fire from the Gatling gun, the radioactive substance was instantly shattered into dust. Thuy Tang Fat Tan, the user could breathe infinitely underwater. The effect was indeed identical to that of his previous life. It was time to erase that elusive shadow. This would surely be a life-and-death battle. After all, it was the most powerful hidden artifact in the new village. In fact, he had already discovered the two sneaky intruders. I truly want to see what tricks you have up your sleeves. Having finished his words, he plunged into the deep sea with a splash. But due to the diving rules in the game, the two quickly lost sight of Tianmak. Thus, they decided to head to the island to investigate. However, after a thorough search, they still could not find any trace of Tianmak. The girl is in trouble. We've lost track of the target. At this moment, Thang Kai No had arrived at the fishing spot on the damaged island. Now, all he could do was wait to activate the next mission while fishing, but upon reaching the shore, he discovered the spot had already been claimed by someone else. Strangely enough, this person had a high level. His profession was military. Seeing this, Thanmak felt a wave of dizziness wash over him. How is this possible? Unless the opponent is on a much higher level, it would be impossible to glean any information about him. But just then, the mysterious figure suddenly spoke up. Young friend, are you here for fishing too? Come here. It'll make way for you. It's good to have a sense of vigilance, but I have no intention of killing you. If I wanted to, it would be as easy as flipping a coin. With no other choice, Thanmak reluctantly chose a random spot. He decided to wait until this person left before continuing with his mission. There was no rush. Meanwhile, the mysterious figure observed Thanmak closely. He's neither arrogant nor shy in front of me, showing no signs of weakness. He seems quite brave. 2 minutes later, a putrid fish weighing 8 pounds was easily snagged. 3 minutes later, a 9-pound carp was hooked. 5 minutes after that, a 9.5-pound red gurnard was successfully caught. Watching the plump fish being caught one after another, the mysterious figure was immediately taken aback. I've been fishing here for half a day without catching anything. How do you do it? I've been in the fishing world for many years. I can't believe I've encountered such an extraordinary talent like you. I wonder if the young friend could share some tips with me. I promise a reward in return. Hearing this, Thanmak thought to himself, with such terrible cooking skills, he dares to be so self-satisfied. Unbelievable. He could only smile awkwardly. You flatter me, senior. The young man truly dared to be bold. The bait you use is somewhat lacking, senior. Hearing this, the mysterious figure suddenly burst out laughing. Young friend, you truly are a person of action. At such a young age, to possess fishing skills like this, I am genuinely impressed. From my observation, young friend, you not only have exceptional fishing talent, but your skills must be equally remarkable. So, allow me to learn a thing or two from you. After saying this, the mysterious figure approached Cheng Zhanmo. Seeing this, Cheng Zhanmo immediately sidestepped, creating space. However, the mysterious figure was not in a hurry to question him. Why must one choose the path of solitude? Why can't we walk that road together? Hearing this, the mysterious figure slowly stood up, the old man understood. "Young friend, do you wish to take me as your master?" Cheng Jianmo pondered for a moment before resolutely declining. "Thank you for your kindness, senior, but I prefer to forge my own path as a solitary wanderer." With that, he tossed a ring to Cheng Jianmo. "If you ever need help managing the guild, seek me out." Holding the golden ring shaped like a heart in his hand, Cheng Jianmo clearly stood stunned. What era is it that one still uses such tokens? Meanwhile, the assault aimed at Cheng Jianmo was about to commence. "Today marks your doom, Cheng Jianmo." Guild manager Ngo Trung Loi had also received news from Ding Hong about the deployment. Let's hope nothing catastrophic occurs today. While Cheng Jianmo was still calmly centering himself, a sudden explosion echoed through the air. Zheng Chenmo broke the silence that hung in the air. "Today, it seems you won't be able to adjust anymore." Hearing this, Zheng Chenmo remained calm. "Isn't this just the trash trio from Malin University? If you can't win, you call for help." At that moment, the corner of Guo Yunfei's mouth revealed a mocking smile. "So he is the lone wolf, huh? Quite interesting indeed. This stubborn fool is still holding on. Today, I must ensure your rebirth." But just then, an alarm rang out. A mysterious object had appeared. Suddenly, a colossal figure emerged from the surface of the lake. Its eyes gleamed with a fierce red light. At the sight, everyone was immediately filled with dread. What kind of monster is that? Could it be some sort of enigma? Looking up, they saw the leader of the 22nd level clan, Prince Nizgak, who possessed 6,000 life points. Even Guo Yunfei, who was usually calm, felt a surge of astonishment. A level 22 leader. It's hard even for him to take on a solo challenge. Could his appearance be connected to this level 15 lone wolf before us? At that moment, a classmate nearby suggested, "This is a rare opportunity to face Xuanhuang together. Let's kill the monster and fight for the spoils." Chance to kill two birds with one stone. Hearing this, Zheng Chenmo merely shook his head in disdain. "Indeed, there are powerful treasures, but you all need lives to claim them." He then lashed out with a large tail towards several people. At the same time, Nizgak charged ashore, prompting Zheng Chenmo to swiftly leap aside. While the other trainees had no time to dodge, they were knocked down on the spot. However, Guo Wenfei, a level 21, was the new champion of the Demon Spirit Academy. He swiftly employed the ice binding technique, quickly ensnaring Nizgak, whose blood began to drain rapidly. "Classmate Guo, hold him down. I'll take a few others and lead the way. Eliminate that insignificant pest, Zheng Zhenmo." The swordsmen advance while the mages stay back to support. Ding Hong, clever as he was, realized that any flashy tactics against Zheng Zhenmo would be utterly futile. In an instant, he shifted into a fierce offensive stance. He immediately sent 3 swordsmen flying. Following that, he executed a lethal throwing dagger skill, effortlessly severing the spells of 3 mages at once before leaping forward, hurling one mage out of the fight. The 2 companions next to him were utterly stunned. This was no ordinary foe. His explosive speed and astonishing weapons-witching ability made him a terrifying blend of warrior and assassin. At the same time, with the boss's health at a critical low, he broke free from his constraints and plunged into a second frenzy. The trident in his hand was hurled forward without hesitation. "Damn you! May you be buried in the endless darkness." Instantly, everyone was engulfed in a deep wave of despair, anguished screams echoing relentlessly. But only Zheng Zhenmo was filled with exhilaration. "Beneath the water lies my true stage." As soon as Nizgak plunged into the depths, he entered a state of invincibility for 30 seconds, yet remained utterly immobile. Meanwhile, the students submerged below had to resurface every 2 minutes to switch places. Thus, the sorceress suggested that everyone should first move along the surface. This would allow Trint Chunmuk to confront Nizgak alone, waiting for the right moment to strike when he showed himself, ready to take him down. Although Huanhuang seethed with anger, there was nothing he could do. However, Ko Vunfi was resolute in her desire to meet this solitary foe. Hearing this, Ding Hong felt a surge of hope. As long as Ko Vunfi remained, he still had a chance. Now, let's not dwell on that. We must just kill Trint Chunmuk, and the reward will be doubled. Upon hearing of the doubled reward, the others felt invigorated, quickly drawing their weapons and rushing toward Trint Chunmuk's position. Truly, what a foolish bunch. dreaming of striking me down right on my own stage. Yet Naizgak was running out of time. With only 30 seconds left, lingering here could very well trap him too. Without hesitation, he dove deeper into the abyss, while Huinhuang's face twisted in fury. With only 2 minutes left in this stalemate, being so deep was akin to seeking his own demise. Meanwhile, Naizgak was now free to act. He let out a deafening roar that startled everyone. Huinhuang shouted, "This isn't good," as realization washed over him. The most terrifying entity in this realm isn't Zheng Chenmo, but this abyssal ocean itself. Watching as Naizgak swiftly dragged everyone into its swirling depths, no matter how hard they struggled, they were powerless to escape. Even Gu Yunfei's blazing fireball only inflicted a mere 298 points of damage upon him. It turns out that fire magic is severely weakened underwater. Seeing the dire situation, Jing Hong immediately ordered everyone to retreat and await further instructions. Though Gu Yunfei felt a deep sense of unwillingness in his heart, he had no choice but to withdraw for the time being. However, Naiji Jiake was not going to let the flames simply extinguish. "Foolish mortals, once you've provoked me, there's no escape." With that, he unleashed a torrent of icy fury, sweeping towards the group. In the blink of an eye, they were ensnared. "Oh, your oxygen is running out. The countdown to death begins. 10 seconds. Cheng Tianmo, I will not let you off so easily. When I return, I will tear you apart piece by piece," but in the next moment, only despair remained on his face. "That damned Cheng Tianmo, why are you still alive?" With that, he sank to the ocean floor. "Cheng Tianmo, there will be no happy ending for you, Naiji Jiake. Now it's just the two of us. How about we have a little fun together?" With those words, he summoned the icy torrent aimed at Cheng Tianmo. Yet, Cheng Tianmo remained calm, activating his initial skill to envelop himself with psychic energy. He must withstand the onslaught. In an instant, he quickly equipped his adventure boots, determined to close the distance to Naiji Jiake. Without hesitation, he activated his skill, propelling himself forward like a bullet aimed straight at his target. Then he switched his left-hand weapon to one with a property effect multiplied by 1.5. His attack power surged to level 25. In the blink of an eye, he landed a devastating critical hit on Naiji Jiake, inflicting an additional 988 points of damage. Naiji Jiake staggered, feeling a piercing pain, and was flung backward. "You wretched fool, I will kill you." But Cheng Tianmo, undeterred, switched to summon the legendary Gatling gun, aiming it directly at Naiji Jiake and unleashed a hail of bullets. In that fleeting moment, Naiji Jiake's screams echoed, his blood rapidly draining away. "While you're struggling, I shall end this, Bopoams." Yet Naiji Jiake refused to yield, howling defiantly. "You coward. Don't think you can take anything from me. I will drag you down with me." Hearing this, Cheng Tianmo smirked. "That depends on whether you can survive long enough to face me." Suddenly, a flying dagger struck Naiji Jiake squarely in the face. "Congratulations, you have completed the hidden quest." The shadow vanished. "Congratulations, you have reached level 17. Rejoice, for you have received the final secret chest door." As you step ashore, Cheng Tianmo slowly opens the chest. "Congratulations, you have obtained an epic tier accessory, the Tidal Mage Robe, which can actively trigger the Soul Strike skill, rendering the target unconscious for 4 seconds. Cooldown time 2 minutes. The item level doesn't necessarily correspond to the equipment level. With the Tidal Mage Robe, Cheng Mo gains an additional assassin-like edge. It's important to know that Soul Strike can bypass any level. There are no limits, whether against monsters or characters. This means that when facing an enemy of equal level, he will always stand strong. He can even challenge foes of higher levels. At the same time, I refuse to grant the girl from the city's education department a waiver this year. A bearded man speaks up in protest. If not him, then who? He has shattered the record of our Jiang city. This man is Li Tian, a third-tier master from the education department. A long-haired man interjects, "I admit he is an absolute genius, but he has chosen the path of freedom." Suddenly, with a loud bang, he slams his hand on the table. "There's only one waiver granted each year in Jiang City. How could we possibly grant it to a student with no future?" This man is Wang Tianfeng, a third-tier master from the education department. I, Wang Tianfeng, firmly disagree. Hearing this, Li Tian immediately flies into a rage. Who in this school doesn't know you have a grudge against Luo Jiaowei? Why must you air this feud here? Suddenly, applause erupts from one side. In truth, this matter is quite simple to handle. Initially, the decision was made to award the opportunity to Li Gaoyue from Manhwa Academy, not only because he ranked 12th in the exams, but also because he awakened and shrank magical talent. This reincarnation as a mage is indeed a rare occurrence. With such a combination, it can be seen as a perfect choice for a first-level awakener. However, when Cheng Qianma suddenly appeared, everyone had to reconsider and select him instead. Thus, it would be better for the two of them to face off in a duel. The winner will receive the discounted opportunity. Meanwhile, Cheng Qianma gathered all remaining goods from the owner to win favor and raised the price by 30. At the same time, the television screen was broadcasting the grand tournament of Jiangcheng Academy. It was then that the owner revealed to him that Jiangcheng and Fenghua would be exchanging discounted opportunities. How could such an important competition go unannounced to me? Yet, when he pulled out his phone to check, he was left dumbfounded. This exchange competition included both team events and round-robin matches. The academy with the highest score would receive the discount opportunity. Jiangcheng Academy boasted a roster of level 10 experts, sharpshooters, warriors, mages, and clerics. Meanwhile, Fenghua Academy featured knights, mages, assassins, and other members. The appearance of these teams immediately set the audience in the arena into a frenzy of applause. On the podium, President Luo Jiaowei and others closed their eyes, while Li Daoguo mocked the three strongest individuals among them. Why hasn't Theng Tianmak shown up? Is he hiding like a turtle? Yet, Lo Tingting can only grit her teeth in silence. How could they allow the assassin to ambush from behind? Let me provide cover fire for the two of you. Get into the arena immediately and hold Li Daongok down. Just then, Li Thian boomed, announcing the start of the match. As soon as he finished speaking, both teams plunged into combat mode. Thanks to La Tingting's overwhelming firepower, the fighters soared into the air, targeting Li Daongok. As the powerful punch threatened to obliterate Li Daongok, a knight from the Fenghua Academy, like a clumsy mother hen, swiftly knocked the fighter away. Simultaneously, an assassin from Fenghua crept up behind La Tingting, but by the time everyone noticed, it was too late to intervene. Caught off guard, La Tingting spat out a mouthful of fresh blood and quickly wiped the corner of her mouth. Why was she the first target instead of the tomb behind her? In Li Daongok's eyes, La Tingting was the very source of the team's strength. At this moment, Li Daongok's skill was nearly complete. Seeing this, everyone was astonished. Why was the cooldown time for the Thunderball not 5 seconds when he had only used a little over 3 seconds? What would the others do? In response, Li Tianfeng displayed immense self-satisfaction, for he possessed an Thongpan, level awakened talent that accelerated his spellcasting speed. The Thunderball of Li Daongok had arrived beside La Tingting. Sensing the dire situation, Mutu immediately cast a protective shield around La Tingting. Yet, despite his efforts, she was ruthlessly blasted away. How despicable. It turned out that his Thunderball had a self-locking target function. A loud explosion echoed through the air. La Tingting was flung far away. After Xuan Kuk checked La Tingting's injuries, she promptly declared their defeat in this round. Li Daongok burst into laughter, sounding like a pig in glee. However, the outcome of the next match was not looking any better. If they lost 2 more rounds, the Jiang City Academy would be completely eliminated. Everyone could only hope for a miracle to occur. In the face of mocking taunts like slaughtering a pig, Ngo Jiaovi remained calm, showing no signs of impatience. The match was far from over. "All right, let your students take a few more hits," he said, but up until now, Cheng Qianmak's phone still could not connect. Yet, just as the female swordsman of Jiang City Academy was on the brink of defeat, a pair of large hands unexpectedly appeared. Everyone in the arena was taken aback, but a smile crept onto Lo Jiaovi's lips, as if everything was under his control. "You can rest easy, my friend. Let me handle this now." Seeing this, the Fenghua Academy did not hold back their derision. "Even if you come, it won't make a difference. Just prepare to meet your end." But unexpectedly, Cheng Qianmak immediately drew out a family heirloom rifle. After firing a shot, the swordsman immediately collapsed to the ground. The sheer force was beyond imagination. Then, with a loud thud, he was sent crashing down. Next, the crowd gasped as they quickly checked the information on Trin Kiammuk, realizing that his level had soared to a staggering 17. It had been just 3 days since he passed the grueling test. To level up at such a rapid pace, 1 level per day, was truly impressive. The arena erupted in thunderous applause. Meanwhile, Li Tianfeng was astonished by this incredible growth. How could an ordinary person level up so quickly? Lo Jiaovi felt a twinge of embarrassment. I knew he could come back, but I had no idea he'd reached level 17. And you, Lo Jiaovi, can you withstand this smaller? Now the Jiangthan Academy might just unleash a counterattack. A killer from the Manhwa Academy leaped down, wondering why all his teammates faced weak opponents while he had to confront Trin Kiammuk at level 17. Seeing this, Trin Kiammuk slightly lifted his head and said, "Hurry up, I'm in a rush." With no other choice, the assassin gritted his teeth and charged forward. It seemed the only option left was to catch him off guard. In the blink of an eye, he vanished, but Trin Kiammuk soared into the air, activating the skill of the fighter footfall resonance. Instantly, he hurled the assassin away with incredible force. It was magnificent. He utilized his fighter skills to shatter the assassin's invisibility. Why hasn't our master taught us these combat techniques? I must definitely ask Senior Cheng about it upon returning. In fact, the Academy has received news of Cheng Chanmo's return, but they cannot act immediately. The goal is to create a strong idol model within the school. This is the best way to ignite the fighting spirit of the students. In just 10 minutes, the scores between the two sides have been leveled. Senior, there's trouble. Can't you see? In training, who was that shouting? It's Cheng Tiano. To have equalized the scores in just 15 minutes is simply insane. Our student seems to have gone mad. Li Daoyun looks as if struck by lightning in broad daylight. This simply cannot be happening. Meanwhile, everyone in the arena is buzzing about his miraculous 15 minutes. I've honestly never heard anything like it. Now the pressure is mounting on the Fenghua Academy. The last student from the free team has turned pale with fear. Just then, Li Daoyun suddenly emerged from the break room. A level 17 Cheng Chanmo bullying a level 10. How amusing. Come here and fight me. But as soon as he finished speaking, the referee on the field intervened. How ridiculous. Rules aren't something you can just change on a whim. You've already stepped off the field to rest, so you have no right to continue. Li Daoyun paid no mind and remained focused on Cheng Chanmo. I just want to ask you if you're brave enough to face me in the final battle. Nothing is impossible. Then both of you step up. But the audience of the Jiang City Academy disagrees. Li Daonuo, your move is truly despicable, merely exploiting the pride of the senior to provoke. Yet, in the chairman's seat, Luo Jiaowei appears to agree. Upon receiving the news, Director Zhang immediately understands the situation. If both leaders have consented, then the final showdown will be between Li Jiamu and Li Daonuo against Cheng Tiannuo. As darkness falls, Li Daonuo has already prepared his strategy. You just need to charge in and entangle him, he says. Leave the rest to me. No sooner had he finished speaking than Li Jiamu's wild punch flew straight at Cheng Tiannuo's face. Meanwhile, Li Daonuo seized this opportunity to unleash his Thunderstrike skill. Seeing this, Cheng Tiannuo immediately ducked low to dodge, swiftly transitioning into a powerful counterpunch. A hook punch sent Li Jiamu flying away. Immediately after, he soared into the air, executing his Dragon Fist technique. A deafening explosion resounded, and clouds of dust rose in a chaotic swirl as Li Jiamu was pinned down to the ground. Cheng Tiannuo truly excels. Be careful, Dalang, with Li Daonuo's Thunderstrike. Here, the thunder is gathering, ready to unleash its fury. A massive orb of light brimming with crackling lightning fills the air. He looks at Cheng Tiannuo with a disdainful gaze, and just as predicted, Li Daonuo indeed has issues. Isn't it a bit too late to be surprised now? Only I truly deserve this solitary ticket. Die, Cheng Tiannuo. With that, a frenzied energy sphere hurtled straight toward Cheng Tiannuo. Seeing this, Cheng Tiannuo immediately activated his defensive skill, Mind Shield. The cooldown for the lightning sphere is 5 seconds, and with the enhanced talent of Li Daonuo, he needed an additional 3 to 5 seconds. Including the time it took him to carry Li Jiamu, he had a maximum of 3 seconds left. This meant that his casting time was 0.5 seconds faster. Under the strike of the lightning sphere, fueled by Li Daonuo's chaotic energy, the very spot where Cheng Qiannuo stood transformed into a cloud of thick smoke. When Li Daonuo attempted to step forward to assess the situation, Cheng Qiannuo suddenly emerged slowly from the haze. Although his talent allowed for reckless casting, he couldn't possibly shorten the cooldown of the lightning sphere to 3 seconds. You may fool others, but not me. Cheng Qiannuo, you have definitely violated the rules and received a cleansing from the second tier of the secret realm. Haven't you? Li Daonuo, noticing this, immediately wore a look of utter disbelief, as if he had just swallowed something foul. Setting aside the cooldown issue, the fact that Cheng Qiannuo remained unscathed by his light sphere was truly incredible. Meanwhile, those around them were equally bewildered, clueless about what the second-tier cleansing was all about. One student, aware of the situation, explained that the cleansing of the secret realm is essentially a unique form of magic within the Academy's hidden domains. Much like the Wrath of Fire that we, the students, are learning, it is categorized into varying levels of difficulty, simple and ordinary. Upon completion, one can receive a special scorecard. As for Li Daonuo, it's clear that he has achieved a medium difficulty level, ranging from levels 11 to 20. The students from the Wenyan Academy immediately erupted in anger, demanding an investigation into the Manhwa Academy to restore justice for Jiangcheng Academy. Old Lu, have you noticed anything? Pay close attention to his cooldown time. There's clearly something amiss. Why not manage the association and inspect his data? Do you think him right? Old Wang, the emperor's face darkened. Unable to accept defeat, he sought to shift the blame. How could you know what we haven't uncovered? A nameless wretch like you. How could you possibly rise to level 17 so swiftly? There is definitely something wrong. Wang Tian, the guide of Li Daonuo, smiled slyly, clearly wanting to feign ignorance. At this moment, Wang Tian's face resembled someone who had just swallowed dung. You, a mere child, dare to be unaware of the vastness of heaven and earth. Then let me ask you, what are the secret traits of Zhu Shi's skills? Can you disclose them? Hearing this question, the students from Jiangcheng couldn't contain themselves. You Wenhua Academy people are truly despicable. In school, no one had ever switched professions. There hadn't even been any related questions in class. How could Cheng Mao know about this? At that moment, Wang Tianfeng's face turned serious. If he hadn't encountered a truly exceptional group in his youth, perhaps he wouldn't have grasped this field at all. Nevertheless, Cheng Tianma maintained his composure. Regarding the issue raised by Wang Jiawei, he had some understanding. The skill of mental manipulation is a fundamental ability of this prosperous era, allowing one to plant a great weapon into the ground, rendering enemies within range immobilized. The duration lasts about 8 seconds. Once activated, it can increase the user's movement speed by 20, attack speed by 10, and jump height by 50, extending for a total of 10 seconds. Wang Tianfeng couldn't help but exclaim in disbelief. You even understand the nuances of the underground profession this well. Witnessing the scene, the students were visibly excited. The expression on Wang Jiawei's face, as if he had just swallowed something bitter, was truly delightful. The boss is indeed the boss, making us ordinary students feel utterly awed. However, beside them, Li Daonuo couldn't help but express doubt. He's just a blind cat stumbling upon a dead mouse. So may I ask, what hidden traits does a wizard's skill possess? Upon hearing this question, the students around suddenly tensed up. The Fenghua Academy is indeed cunning. Who, if not one of us, can truly grasp the core of this issue? Let's assume it's about skill effectiveness. Yet why do you intentionally probe into hidden traits? Upon hearing this, the gaze of Wan Yu turned icy as he spoke. Then I shall let you perish without understanding. The charms are divided into 5 categories: metal, wood, water, fire, and earth, all belonging to the realm of natural properties. Each type of charm yields entirely different effects, and the hidden traits of a spellcaster are even simpler. Once one learns the charm, they can amplify the power of their magic. As for the thunderous bullet from before, its immense strength stemmed from its combination with the metal attribute charm. When it transforms into a spiritual charm, it can even absorb the might of deities. So, what's so complicated about it? Upon hearing this, Dao Yuan's expression turned to one of utter confusion. How do you know this so well? It can't be true. This absolutely cannot happen. After finishing his words, his legs trembled involuntarily, and with a thud, he collapsed to the ground. At that moment, Li Tian's face shone with triumph. This kid has decent potential, but it's a pity he has chosen the path of darkness. The drama of today has reached its climax and is now coming to an end. What do you think, Wang Jiawei? Wang Tianfeng plopped down into a chair and remarked, as the ancients said, everything is of my own making. In truth, I have been too petty, blinded by hatred. I hope to revive the Manhwa Academy. Today's competition has reached its conclusion. Manhwa Academy needs to conduct a thorough investigation. In this exchange, Jiangcheng Academy has claimed victory. Instantly, the cheers of the students erupted. We are the champions of the Jiangcheng city. Truly exceptional, I will bear your child, Jiangcheng declared. We officially award a unique scholarship from Jiangcheng City to a student from the Jiangnan Wood Academy. However, at this moment, Jiangnan Wood was questioning Lu Jiawei about the secrets that the top 10 schools currently possess. What troubled Jiangnan Wood was, why were the copies he desired absent from the lists of the top 10 schools? Yet, one university caught his attention. Why was the Divine Fish University, famous for its many advanced secret realms, not on the top 10 list? The tale of Divine Fish University from 50 years ago is indeed legendary. It was the premier institution of the Lower Kingdom. Not only did it possess numerous advanced techniques, but the talent of its students was also remarkable. However, as time passed, more schools developed even more advanced secret realms, causing Divine Fish University to gradually weaken. Despite that, the difficulty of the secret realms at Divine Fish University, for some reason, remained higher than at other institutions, making the completion of copies nearly impossible. Over time, many students were forced to abandon Divine Fish University, leading to a rapid decline in the school's strength. However, the secret realm of the Divine Fish University is precisely what Chengganmu needs. Although it has fallen from grace, this is not the main issue at hand. If Divine Fish University is no longer reliable, then this scholarship will be returned to the institute. I want to take the university entrance exam on my own terms and choose the school I desire. Li Tian, upon hearing this, was taken aback. Chengganmu, you must think this through. Losing this once-in-a-thousand-years opportunity will lead to regret, but it will be too late to turn back. However, Lu Jiawei had a different perspective. You don't need to say much, the school respects the choices of its students. Nevertheless, we will ensure you are not at a disadvantage. Feel free to propose any requests you may have. Immediately, Chengganmu presented the necessary documents. He wondered if these schools could meet his demands. Lu Jiawei replied, "Go ahead and put forth your proposals." But when he saw the list of documents, he was utterly astonished. Is this really my last chance? Just then, Daido was gathering information about the coastal area. Here is all the data we have collected on Chengganmu. Daido began to review, curious about which school could possibly nurture such a terrifying genius. Yet, as he examined Chengganmu's information, his surprise only deepened. Why is it Jiangcheng Institute? Moreover, he is merely a third-year student. How can this be? His combat power has exceeded 12,000, and astonishingly, at level 15, he can single-handedly defeat a level 22 opponent, even eliminating 21 people like Ding Hong in the process. Truly, a monster. This person is destined to become the pillar of the Lower Kingdom in the future. A top talent like this must not be destroyed, Daidao remarked. Moreover, a mysterious powerhouse had once appeared here. Upon hearing this, Daidao immediately exclaimed, "How can there be such an extraordinary genius? And to think he is together with Chengganmu." But just then, they received news that the Demon Spirit Academy had arrived. The reception room had turned into a bustling chaos, where a group of women with tear-streaked faces were lamenting their misfortunes. "Commissioner No, you finally made it forward. Today, you must stand up for us, the parents, and resolve this matter. That man named Chengganmu is truly cruel, targeting students from our own nation. Please, we implore you for an explanation." Just then, Vice President of Berlin University, Trung Hong Sun, unexpectedly appeared and said, "Commissioner Ngo, it's been a while." Surely, you've heard the cries of the people. I hope you can provide me with information about the criminal, Cheng Ganmu. However, Commissioner Ngo flatly refused right on the spot. This matter requires us to reflect together. As far as I know, Tianmak is no different. The cause of this issue lies with your school initiating it first, so personally, I would like to refrain from discussing it. Hearing this, the momentum within Trung Hong Sun surged, and he angrily retorted, "What if we, at Malin University, insist on pursuing this matter?" However, Commissioner Ngo seems unfazed. If I must confront him, what then? Instantly, the atmosphere at the scene became tense. Neither side was willing to back down. But suddenly, Zheng Hongshan let out a loud laugh. I knew this kid would be a real hardhead. So, I've already prepared a strategy. Before you arrived, I sent a request to the General Administration in the name of Berlin University. They must have responded by now. That cunning old fox has indeed moved quickly to secure the General Administration's support for Cheng Tianma. I can only assist you up to this point. From here on, you're on your own. The response from the General Administration has been sent out. Principal Zhang is indeed one of the top 5 masters of Tianhai. Once you make your move, even the General Administration will have to show you some respect. But upon seeing the response from the General Administration, both of them were taken aback. A rejection. How could that be? At this moment, Zheng Hongshan maintained his calm demeanor. Could it be that this person has such a powerful backing that even he dares not provoke him? We cannot linger on this issue any longer. Meanwhile, Commissioner Ungo also appeared astonished. Could it be connected to the information about this unknown powerhouse? In other words, this kid is one of the major figures within our management association. He hides his true self very well. It's a pity that I just tried to help him, but now I have to rally support to justify the actions of confused parents. We must respect the decisions handed down from above. It's clear that our child has issues. We must enforce strict rules at home to prevent any further complications with the management association. Zheng Hongshan has noticeably changed his previous cheerful demeanor, speaking to Elder No with a hint of caution. Today was merely a misunderstanding. I hope you can help me convey a message to Chen Tianma. With that, he swiftly turned away and departed. Looking at the card in his hand, Commissioner Ngo couldn't help but feel astonished. This truly is a treasure. A bidding item from the Tianhai mainland's Black Tower, along with a level 60 supreme-grade equipment. This kid's talent surpasses over 90 of the population in the lower nations. You absolutely cannot disappoint the elders like us. The city of Wangjing has abandoned its unique exemption status for the entire province to make up for his losses. The school has agreed to provide him with some resources, but even when pooling all of the school's efforts, they've only managed to gather about a third of what's needed. To have enough, there definitely must be guidance from the leaders. Upon hearing this, Cheng Tianma was taken aback, expressing his gratitude to Director Li. I have some important matters to attend to, so will take my leave. Seeing this, Director Li intended to step forward and inquire, but was halted by Commissioner Liu. Let him go as long as he doesn't cause any major trouble. Jiangcheng Academy will take responsibility. But could you enlighten us on why such a vast amount of resources is necessary? Tang Tianmo turned back and spoke softly. I want to create a weapon that transcends time. In the conference room of the Hua Academy, due to the recent deceitful acts, the Education Bureau decided to cut the Academy's resources and revoke all titles. Some students, like Li Daonuo, had their student status rescinded. For the next 5 years, they are barred from participating in any examinations. As for the historical figure, the brave warrior Wang Tianfeng, he has been subjected to disciplinary action by the committee and is under investigation. It seems this time, it's truly over. Rumor has it that several underclassmen have been transferring schools continuously for the past few days. With at least 7 or 8 years, the Hua Academy may never recover. Just then, the door to the conference room burst open violently. Something's wrong. That student named Tang Tianmo has come to stir trouble again. Upon hearing this, everyone immediately felt a surge of anger. This is truly too arrogant. I want to see what that brat can pull off. He seems to be the one who has risen from a rogue to a celestial being. Upon closer inspection, he really is quite handsome. May I ask why Tang fellow student has come to our school? Tang Tianmo, with a mischievous grin, replied, I want to initiate a battle for control of the secret realm. All the teachers in the auditorium were astonished. A student dares to dream of igniting a war for control over the secret realm. In truth, the battle for dominion over this hidden world is about ownership. Typically, these secret realms are under the jurisdiction of the academy. If outsiders venture in without the school's permission, even if they succeed, they will receive no rewards whatsoever, unless they manage to set the highest record for conquering the secret realm. Only then can they claim ownership. The act of challenging another's secret realm is referred to as a battle for control. At only level 17, he wishes to initiate such a battle. He truly underestimates himself. The academy insists he should return to Jiangcheng Academy at once. Is the academy frightened? If so, are you brave enough to wager against me? As a nearby teacher was about to explode with anger, Principal Kong intervened. What do you want to wager? I'm in. There are a total of 20 types of materials at stake. If I successfully challenge you today, you must provide me with at least 5 types. Principal Kong looked taken aback. What does a student need these materials for? Could it be he possesses extraordinary talent in forging? Instantly, the atmosphere shifted. But what if you fail? If I fail, I will agree to any condition you set forth. I accept this wager. As for us, at Jiangcheng Academy, we currently hold a total of 4 primary secret techniques: the Death Mine and the Sighing Cave. The Dark Abyss Castle offers you 3 chances. As long as you set a new record in any category, this bet will be deemed a success. Everyone thought he would surely choose the easiest one, the Death Frame. No, even so, Master Law took 2 months to establish such a crazy record back in the day. Yet, in the very next moment, Cheng Tianma's choice left everyone in shock as he opted for the Dark Abyss, a choice that Principal Kang had repeatedly warned against. The terrain of this secret realm is incredibly complex. Given your level, it's nearly impossible to complete. I advise you to choose something else. Cheng Tianma simply smiled and declared, I will conquer the Dark Abyss. The words left his lips like a vow of destiny. Principal Kong immediately waved his hand, activating the live broadcast for the entire class. All right, he'll get started right away. If he fails, the reputation of Jiangcheng Academy will suffer immensely. This is truly a golden opportunity to boost the students' morale. Without hesitation, Cheng Tianma plunged into the secret realm. The Dark Abyss is a labyrinthine underground reservoir teeming with creatures from the merfolk tribe. They possess average intelligence, but have exceptionally acute hearing. This sensation feels familiar. Gripping his staff, he decisively launched an attack, obliterating the entire horde of foolish monsters in a swift motion. Following that, he executed a swift slide to deliver the finishing blow. The watching students were left speechless. Oh my, what devastating damage, wheeling. Even if he was only a notch above the others, how could he be this powerful? Shortly after, he traversed a narrow passage littered with bones, where hordes of merfolk blocked his path. This was the first trial in the Abyss of Shadows. In water, those monsters would be extremely challenging. But fortunately, Thenthian Mat was a freelancer, activating his common skill Joyful Soaring to leap over the heads of the merfolk. Oh my, the skill Joyful Soaring is usually just a casual move, yet he wields it with such grace as if in a royal court. Even Master Law struggled against these merfolk for quite some time in the past, but this kid completed it in half the time. Principal Kang stood there, dumbfounded. How could this be possible? Before long, Thenthian Mat encountered his first boss in the Hidden Realm, the King Shrimp Balan, with 3,000 health points. To his surprise, the attributes of this boss were even weaker than that old man from years ago, posing no real threat. Thenthian Mat was now face-to-face with the first boss, Balan. Without a moment's hesitation, he unleashed a powerful attack. It was at that moment that Balan recognized Thenthian Mat's presence, for his setup allowed him to be detected only when a player engaged or approached. Meanwhile, the teachers nearby couldn't help but sneer at the unfolding spectacle. Daring to take the initiative to attack Balan, this kid is definitely doomed. Even Master La had to endure hundreds of trials before uncovering the secret of this moment. He could only swim to the shore without disturbing Balin. Although it would take time, this was the best way to overcome the challenge. Let's witness the scene where this kid is brutally assaulted by the savage merfolk, torn to shreds. Yet, Cheng Jianmo does not falter with a powerful charge. He reaches Balin and immediately executes a sliding strike. Next, he activates the flying stair skill, delivering a fierce kick to Balin's stomach. Balin is sent flying into the water, and then Cheng Jianmo lands on his back. Balin arrogantly believes that Cheng Jianmo is foolish. Water is his domain, and with a single dive he can secure victory. Cheng Jianmo is bound to fail, but he maintains his calm demeanor and swiftly transitions into an attack. Then let it be as you wish. Before Balin can react, Cheng Jianmo kicks down hard, sending Balin plunging into the depths where the ravenous merfolk are drawn to the scent of fresh blood. Entering a frenzy mode, they begin to tear apart Balin. The flesh-eating fish show no concern. Even if you're the main character, you're not worth their attention. Despite struggling multiple times to escape the surface, Balin won't be given a single chance by Cheng Jianmo. In an instant, he seized Barlta's golden blood, flinging it onto the lake with a resounding splash. Then, with a surge of power, he forced Barlta down into the water, swiftly shifting to aim his gun at the obstacles in his path. In the blink of an eye, he vanished from the battlefield. With this intellect, you will never keep up. He dashed into the corridor, leaving only chaos behind him. All that remained was Barlta's weakness, reflected upon the surface of the lake. The students and teachers stood frozen, like statues, before the unfolding scene. Compared to him, Professor Luo Yong suddenly became a mere joke. One could only hope that this maze would waste a bit more of his time. But just a moment later, the principal's eyes widened in astonishment. The boy's path was flawless, even smoother than Professor Luo Yong's previous route. Had he been here before, the principal abruptly stood up. "Everyone, stop deceiving yourselves. Is this really his first time here? It's clear to everyone. Is it that difficult to admit being outmatched? It seems that our Fenghua High School will fall at the hands of a mere high school student if nothing unexpected happens. Today, a new record will be set, and from now on, it may be nearly impossible for anyone to replicate this feat." At this moment, Cheng Tiannu had reached the final stage. If the fire is ignited in this cauldron, 4 black serpents will emerge. As long as he exterminates them all, he will step into the ultimate phase. Looking at his current condition, dealing with 16 snakes is hardly a problem. It's easy to say, but the explosion roared to life, igniting 4 flames in an instant. All the students were taken aback. Could it be that this powerful figure is preparing to deliver a shocking blow? If this formidable being manages to overcome the challenge, tomorrow I will request a transfer to another school. However, the teachers present wore a different expression. It was clear that only one more step remained to succeed, yet he seemed eager to show off. But if he fails, even the Fenghua Academy would face the consequences. Cheng Tiangu, let me see if you are a genius or a fool after all. Facing the 16 black snakes, Cheng Tiangu remained unfazed. His unique skill, infiltration, diminished the target's resistance and induced a state of abnormality in the surroundings. The effect lasted for 30 seconds. At that moment, the 16 black snakes lunged forward in unison. Cheng Tiangu swiftly leaped to evade, then launched his counterattack. Almost immediately, he drew forth a Molotov cocktail. The explosion erupted as it detonated above the writhing mass of black snakes. Cheng Tiangu's infiltration skill not only lowered their defenses but also inflicted significant damage. The fiery cocktail ignited, spreading flames everywhere. This was no trivial matter. Suddenly, Cheng Tiangu produced a staff, murmuring a series of incantations. Instantly, a mysterious sky materialized above, with countless meteors plunging down like a rainstorm, crashing down upon the horde of black snakes, merging with the flaming cocktail in a cataclysm of destruction. At the scene, flames erupted fiercely, consuming everything in their path. Yet, in a miraculous twist, 3 completely different professions sparked an astonishing chemical reaction in the hands of Cheng Tiangu. It seemed that these scattered professions were not entirely useless. They leaned heavily towards the art of equipping. Such creative techniques, coupled with a horrifying display of combat, truly showcased brilliance beyond measure. We could hardly blame ourselves this time. Suddenly, from a towering pillar, blue flames surged upwards, and 3 colossal serpents materialized. Who dared to summon such beasts? As it turned out, it was the final explosion of the dry veins. A level 20 9-headed serpent named Poison Spirit. Severing Blade grinned slightly. "Old friend, long time no see. Let's see what your strength is like now," it hissed. "You insignificant ants will pay dearly for your arrogance." With that, the serpent opened its jaws wide and unleashed its poison spit attack. Instantly, Thanthingu activated his evasion skill, dodging the toxic onslaught, and seized the moment to unleash his wave tier skill. In the blink of an eye, one of Akumai's heads was severed. However, its infinite resurrection mechanism kicked in. He could only sever the 2 auxiliary heads. Witnessing this, Thanthingu swiftly switched weapons, activating the signature skill of a killer explosive strike. In a heartbeat, the right head of Akamai was also cleaved off. Immediately after, he drew a grappling gun, activating the hook skill to ensnare its tongue. At the same time, he closed the distance, executing a series of weapon maneuvers like a whirlwind surging forward, carving a crescent arc that severed the very tongue of Akumai. Congratulations to Thanthingu for establishing a new record in the Dark Abyss. The completion time is 1 hour, 56 minutes, and 32 seconds. The ownership of the Dark Abyss now belongs to Thanthinmu. Thanthingu has defeated Akumai and successfully leveled up to level 18, with a terrifying power level reaching 13,028 meters. The system notification has received a box of level 1 materials. Will you open it? Without hesitation, Thanthingu chose to open it. Congratulations. You have received the fangs of the 9-headed serpent, a turtle shell, and a void tentacle. These are essential materials for crafting Thanthingu's weapon. It seems the distance to success has drawn closer by a step. The speed of Thanthingu's completion of this challenge is twice as joyous as that of teacher Lo Kup. The names of Thanthingu also appeared in the secret realm, immediately leaving all the teachers in the school dumbfounded. We have sacrificed everything to achieve this record, and today we are finally paying a hefty price. The Dark Abyss now belongs to Thanthingu. It is also time to fulfill the promise. Students, rest assured, I will prepare everything you need within a week. Suddenly, Thanthingu's eyes sparkled with intensity as he proposed a challenge to the remaining 3 secret realms. Hearing this, the teachers were taken aback, especially Principal Hang. You cannot agree with him, or else we will lose everything, even our clothes. Principal Kong was furious, exclaiming, "What fools! Do you really think that if we refuse, there will be no other way? According to the rules, no one can decline a challenge for the secret realm. We must stake our lives on it. If you succeed, I will double the materials for you." But Principal Kong added an additional condition. The Phoenix Academy must merge with the Mujang Academy. That crafty old man is seizing this opportunity to secure a future for the Phoenix Academy. Without this merger, the Phoenix Academy will undoubtedly face dire straits. At that moment, someone reported that the demon, Cheng Tianyu, had arrived at the school. Yet, Principal Zheng remained unperturbed. What a trivial matter! Why must we be so astonished? I admit that the student Cheng Tianyu possesses some real strength. Revamping our school's secret realm could be as easy as pie. Although we cannot refuse his challenge for the secret realm, but it all depends on whether you can reach the secret hall, doesn't it? Meanwhile, at the gates of Tianha Academy, you are indeed a member of the Chengtian faction, aren't you? My name is Zhang Guohui, a second-year student in Qigong. I wish to challenge you. You dare to use this trick to obstruct my path. It turns out there's an unofficial rule at this academy. If there's a level difference of 20 or less, a forced challenge can be initiated. Normally, only those who commit serious mistakes face such punishment. Meanwhile, the school administration is on the lookout for any weaknesses in Cheng Tianmong through the video footage. If anyone is to be blamed, it's you for attending this school. He truly wishes to place his faith in the underperforming students of Tianhe Academy. With that said, he activated his skill. Although it wasn't particularly powerful, Cheng Tianmong calmly absorbed the incoming kick from Zhang Guohui. Then swiftly intercepted the opponent's right foot, which was aimed to strike. In an instant, he sent Zhang Guohui flying with a single kick. Every movement was seamless, taking less than a tenth of a second, showcasing his mastery of advanced defensive techniques, skills only achievable after reaching level 3. Following that, he launched himself forward to activate his skill without hesitation. His basic skill is the sound wave kick. Zhang Guohui coughed up a mouthful of blood before crashing hard into the ground. Just a moment later, blood gushed from 7 orifices as he opened his eyes, only to drift back into unconsciousness. With the arrival of our new student, we effortlessly defeated Zhang Guohui, level 22, with a single strike. Look, even Teacher Tu Liqiang, level 24, is putting on a show. To hinder me, a mere student dares to challenge the secret techniques. Don't the teachers feel any shame using such alternating tactics? You are absolutely right. Our intent is to wear you down. I don't believe that after a dozen more rounds, you will still have the strength to continue the challenge. Without further ado, Thang Tianmak declared his intent. With those words, he activated his Soul Strike ability, which had the power to incapacitate anyone within a 4-meter radius. The cooldown time was 2 minutes. Instantly, Tulap Quan found himself paralyzed, unable to move, while Thang Tianmak summoned his support team. He began to assault Tulap Quan with a ferocity that left the onlookers in disbelief. In the blink of an eye, the teacher was defeated. Witnessing this spectacle, everyone struggled to comprehend how such a thing was possible. Thang Tianmak coldly gazed into the camera, inviting the next challenger to step forward. The meeting room fell into a stunned silence, and one by one, everyone stood up. Thang Tianmak truly did not regard us as anything of consequence. Here we were, a group of people, trembling before a mere boy. As the school leadership entered the arena, their faces were etched with anger. Yet, Thang Tianmak remained unfazed, urging everyone to line up and test their mettle. Just then, however, a shadow suddenly appeared. Unbelievably, I am a level 27 berserker, capable of being here, but as soon as I spoke, Thang Tianmak's bullets came whizzing back with deadly precision. Following that, a move known as dog-eat-dog landed right before him. He simply remarked, "Next, let our Dragon Hunter team take a shot at this. Wait a moment, let me unleash the level 38 Milk Maniac first." But no matter who makes the first move, the outcome will be the same. On the stage, only Principal Zheng and 2 teachers remain. At this moment, the expression on Principal Zheng's face is as if he has just swallowed something foul. According to the rules, no teacher in the school can stop this brat. But how could he leave behind the hard-earned legacy of the school in someone else's hands? Suddenly, a malicious thought crossed his mind. If he's going to do it, he might as well go all in. He abruptly realized a terrifying aura enveloping him. It seems this brat has a powerful protector lurking behind him. If he strikes hard today, he will surely meet his end. It appears he must yield otherwise. His position as principal would be at stake. Instantly, he shifted to a respectful demeanor. "I hear you've been quite enthusiastic, teachers. This meeting is truly out of the ordinary. Cheng Tianmo, I invite you to step forward." After Cheng Tianmo challenged all the academies in Jiang City, his strength quickly rose to the top 3 in the underground circuit. All the prominent figures at Jiang City Academy unanimously decided to acknowledge Cheng Tianmo's remarkable achievements over the past 2 weeks. The bizarre behavior of Tianmo over the past fortnight